Sliger, the CryptoMan Can, and I can help you understand Bitcoin all the way through the other alt coins, hundreds and hundreds of them. Today what I'm going to do is show you how I got in and bought my first cryptos. I use something called Coinbase. That's C-O-I-N-B-A-S-E, and hopefully you'll be able to see the screen that I'm showing you here. So, and it's coinbase.com. They're a US-based company that I founded in 2012, and as most of you probably know, that the first Bitcoin was created in 2009. So, relatively, Coinbase is an old company. They're very trusted. And I think they are the best place to start if you're going to be trading in US dollars to start with. Now, let me just walk you through the screen. First off, across the screen, well, at the far right, you see Kenneth Joe Sliger. That's my baptism, or not that, it's my birth name. And then to the left, we've got, under Coinbase, we've got Dashboard, which is what we're on now. You see the underline here. Then we got buy, sell, accounts, tools, and settings. Those are our choices. Now looking on down, we see that Bitcoin is currently selling for $9,631 and a penny. And these are real-time prices, which I think is amazing to me. Now if I go over here and look at the far right, I see the choices of 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, or all. And right now, 1W, 1 week, is being highlighted. And if you look down here at the chart, over on the left side, February 18th, that was a week ago, it was at 10,000, and then looks like it peaked up here at 11,718 on the 20th. And it has come down, 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 down to the level it is, well, actually it went down to 9,400, and it's come back up a little bit, 9,600. Now I should note something. When I got involved with this, which was December 17th, my wonderful ex-wife Lee called me and asked me if I knew anything about Bitcoin. And I said, well, I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it. Let me research it and I'll get back to you. So when I looked at that on December 17th, the value of a single Bitcoin was way up there. I mean, it was like 19,000. That's $10,000 above where it is today. Well, let's just look at that, okay? Let's look at a month ago. All right, you can see a month ago it dipped February, a little after February 5th, maybe the 6th, down to a low of 6,000. Now, let's look at a year ago. Now, look what happened. December 18th, it was 18,000, and there we go, 19,205 on December 17th. That was the peak for the year. Now, that's an impressive number for one Bitcoin, especially if you look back to the beginning of 2017, say around February 25th or so, it was under $900. It was under $1,000, or $952. Okay? Now, had I bought then, I would have done quite well. Matter of fact, I would have done well even if I'd bought up into October or November time frame. Now look at that. At November 12th, it was 6,000, and by the 17th of December, it had almost doubled. Well, not doubled. It had gone up to 19,000. More than doubled. More than doubled. So, I want to point out that Bitcoin, I do not believe, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I believe that Bitcoin was not developed or created to be a investment vehicle. There were 21 million bitcoins authorized and issued, and it's kind of a complicated thing to me about how they come up with paying the miners. But initially, the Bitcoin, the miners earned a portion, and the mining happens when you transfer between one exchange and the other, or you do transactions that have to be verified. And the miners get an opportunity to get paid for that. Well, they're paid in Bitcoin, and that wasn't really the subject that I want to talk about on this. Let me get back focused on Coinbase. So how did I get in? Okay, well, let's go back to a one-day view. All right, so now you see it was at 10,000. It came down about 2:48 p.m. yesterday afternoon to 9,400. Now it's kind of gone up again. But you can see here on this line, it says 9,622. That's the current price, and that's down $397.53 since yesterday. Now these are USD dollars, and over here on the right shows you a percentage, minus 3.97%. Now I'm looking at a day chart. I can look at an hourly chart, but I don't find that very helpful. So usually I look at a day or a week. Now on my other portfolio tracker called Blockfolio, I look at 3-day charts on that. Now I'm going to scroll down here so you can see my portfolio. Over here at the left it says your portfolio, and it starts with B, and there's the emblem, the logo for B, B and $ combined. And I think that is the official one, which is yellow or orange, whatever color that is, background with the white B in the middle. Now I use a modified one. I use a B black bold, just the B. But I did contact them, and the people at Bitcoin.org said, no, it's public domain. You can use our logo any way you want. There are some guidelines. For example, Ethereum. I got a guideline from them on how to use their logo. But anyway, as you can see here, I have 100% of my investment on Coinbase right now is in Bitcoin. Bitcoin Cash, which is what they call a hard fork. This was created in 2017 for Bitcoin Cash when it split. Now this is kind of like in the stock market where stock splits, and there are in the world of cryptocurrency, there's a new terminology that comes about. Here they call this a hard fork, like what you eat with, F-O-R-K, instead of a stock split. Okay, but pretty much amounts to the same thing. Then you can see I have 0% in that, and Ethereum, which is also ETH. These over here on the right column, you can see the symbols, or I think they call them token symbols. For Bitcoin, it's BTC. For Bitcoin Cash, it's BCH, and these are all capital letters. Ethereum, it's ETH. Litecoin is LTC, and this bottom one's important. This one is your USD wallet. Now, when I initially transfer money from my bank account up to Coinbase, it lands in this USD wallets. Now, there is no safety at all in trading cryptocurrency. It's a very volatile marketplace, and I read before I got involved with this that just like all investments, never put more money in than you're willing to lose. People were jumping out of buildings back in 1929 when the market crashed, the stock market. You know, I don't believe, for me, that it's good for me to tie up my ego in my net worth. They don't need to be associated with one another. And I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm just saying the advice I got and the advice I'm living by is do not invest more than I'm willing to lose. And at this point, I'm down 50% or so, and I'm not jumping out of a building, not even looking for a building to jump out of. But the thing that's important is when you transfer your money, and it took me a week to 10 days to get my money transferred. I'd started out with I think a credit union, transferred some money, and Lee suggested that I open a whole separate account at a whole different bank just for my trading. So I did that, and I even played with buying a couple of $100 worth, I think, on a credit card. And at that time, the fees were just the normal credit card fee, but around 2.9% or something, was added on to the Coinbase fees. Now, there is no charge to transfer from at least I'll speak for myself, no charge from transfer from my financial institution's account up to Coinbase. Coinbase doesn't charge me anything, and my bank doesn't charge me anything for making that transfer. It just takes a long time. Now, once it gets in here, it is somewhat protected from market volatility. U.S. dollars, you put $1 in, it's worth $1. It's not going to go up or down. Now, Coinbase could get hacked. Coinbase could go out of business. Your money is at risk, yes. And there is no FDIC to protect this money. It is the wild, wild west, and you put your money out there, it could get stolen. Or some other way of losing your money. You can make a mistake. One of the common mistakes apparently that's made is when you transfer from one exchange to another, you need to make transfers in like currencies, cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, if you move it from one exchange to another, it needs to go from Bitcoin to Bitcoin. Ethereum needs to go from ETH to ETH. Litecoin to Litecoin, LTC to LTC. Now, if you don't do that, you could actually lose some cryptocurrency. You know, I don't know, it's just out there somewhere in the cloud, and it's gone. You cannot recover it. So, now, let's go back up here at this Bitcoin portfolio. It says I've got 100% in here, but if you notice, I don't have any money invested in any of these, and I only have 19 cents in the Bitcoin wallet, which is okay for demonstration purposes. Now, what I'll tell you later why this is so low, and it has to do with the fees that Coinbase charges. Now, Coinbase is clean, it's easy to use, but it has some limitations. One of the limitations is the fees they charge. Currently, and I believe this is correct, is the fee is 1.5% on every transaction. Not talking about money transfers from your bank to Coinbase, but on transactions like you're buying from your USD dollar wallet, you're buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, any of those, 4. And notice Coinbase only offers 4. Those are 4 of the biggest, but it's not like some of the other exchanges that offer 100 or more. So this is a good place to start. And then if you're interested in spending less money, which I think most of us are, then Coinbase has a sister company called GDAX. That's GDAX. And I'm going to try to bring it up here if I can. Here we go. Okay, now then, GDAX. And notice here that it says available 0.12. Now these are Bitcoin amounts, and my total is 0.12. So I have some money or some value in GDAX. Now how did it get there? I did a transfer from Coinbase over to GDAX, and good news is that's a zero-cost transfer. Now, so what I do is I get my money into Coinbase, and then right away, sometimes I'll wait a little while if the price is fluctuating, but I'll buy from US dollars, I'll buy Bitcoin. And then I will transfer from Coinbase over to GDAX, and it'll show up here, and then down here you'll see my history, and you can see at 8:03 p.m. on February the 4th, let me click on this, there's the order, and there is product was BTC-USD. Okay, so I made a transaction there. That was a match, and if I look down here it says transfer on January 26th. I'm going to click on that, and now this says I transferred money, okay, from one of the others. This probably came from Coinbase, but you can see I've got match, transfer, transfer, okay, and if your transfer has not been completed, what you'll see here is pending, and it'll give you a date that it's likely to event. Now over here on the right, there's my history. I can download the receipt / statement. Over here on history, I can look at what I'm looking at now. I can look at holes, which in the cryptocurrency world, that's HODL. Someone misspelled it, and that stuck. So now you can buy hats, you can buy all kinds of t-shirts, mugs, all kinds of things with HODL. That's really, I think it's great. And then over here I've got transfers, and this is kind of like the screen I saw in the history. But here you see withdrawal. On January 26th, I withdraw, and the status over here says complete. And here under amount is BTC, and it shows the Bitcoin. Now, these exchanges, they're all over the world, and they don't always show it to you in the currency that you're used to dealing with. So get used to the idea of converting often from Bitcoin and other cryptos into the currency that you feel comfortable with. And now, for example, that value 0.040145, no, not 5, 4343. That's a lot, a mouthful. But if I were to take and go over here to one of my, what I call a must-have, if I can find it on my menu bar here. Well, that's wasting time. Let's see if I can find it here. Anyway, it's called a cryptocurrency converter, and I won't bother with showing it to you right now. But let's go back to Coinbase. Okay, back to Coinbase. Let's finish up here. Just suffices to say that you need to have a calculator. You can have it on your cell phone. You can have an app. I use an app on here. I wished I could show it to you. Maybe I can eventually. I don't have it up right now. Okay, over here, just your portfolio over here on the left. You can view it in list, or you can view it in chart view. Chart, it shows a circle, and yeah, I don't use that. I use chart. I use list. Okay, recent activity, February 2nd, you can see I transferred some funds to GDAX. I sent $500. Then on January 28th, I withdrew funds from my credit union, $100. January 28th, I transferred funds to GDAX. So you can see, January 28th, I withdrew funds. January 28th, I transferred. So you can see what I'm talking about is I don't leave money in Coinbase, and I don't trade inside of Coinbase because I don't like paying 1.5% fee when GDAX fee is 0.25. And by the way, I have these all printed on the back of my business card. Let me just refresh my memory. Yeah. When I printed this business card, the fees were 1.5% for Coinbase, and these are transactions within Coinbase, from crypto to crypto in Coinbase. GDAX, which is owned by Coinbase, again, they only, on GDAX, they only offer 4 different types of cryptos, same as Coinbase. This is Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin. But the prices over there, the fees at GDAX are 0.25% on most transactions, and some transactions are even free. Like if you do a order to buy on a limit good to close, right now, I think this is correct, there's no fee for that. The only fee I have is when I sell it. So you can go to each of these individual sites and find out what their current fees are. But the 6 exchanges that I use right now, and I'll tell you why, is once I got to the point that I was comfortable using these big 4, the Bitcoin, the ones I just mentioned, that are available in Coinbase and GDAX, then I wanted to get some what I call penny cryptos. These are cryptos that sell for less than $1 each. You can compare them to penny stocks, but comparing the cryptocurrency marketplace to the U.S. Stock marketplace, they're very different. Number one, the regular stock market has an open time. It has a closed time. It's closed for holidays, and it's very different. The cryptocurrency world is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, extra day for a leap year, and it was up and running, supposed to be all the time. There might be a site or two that gets shut down for some reason, but anyway, that's it. Now let me. There's total balance. View my accounts. I'm going to click there and see what that shows me. Looks like it showed me some errors. Oh, okay. This is just a different view. There's the Bitcoin wallet, which is another subject altogether. That is a that's a wallet. That's what they call the places where you put your money. But underneath that is a BTC vault. Now this is supposed to be a safer place to put your money. Speaking of safety, the only way that you can really protect your cryptocurrency is in something called a get this right, a cold wallet, COLD wallet. There are hot wallets, which can be up in the cloud. They can be on your exchange. They can be on your PC. But those are all subject to hacking. So if you really got a lot, or you value what you have out there, you can go to places like Amazon, and you can, let me see if I can, I'm not used to doing this, being able for you to see what I'm seeing. And let's just go here and cold wallet. Okay. Now, you can see here, there's the Ledger Nano S cryptocurrency hardware wallet, and it's currently selling for $94. Hey, that's a pretty good deal. And the Nano S is pretty new. Here's the Trezor Bitcoin wallet. It's valued good. It has a great rating. At normally 149, it's down to 85. And here, there's another Keep Key, the simple one, and it's 118. Well, I've been thinking about buying one of these Ledger Nanos, so let me click there and see if it's available. Boom, boom, you save. Look at that, in stock. Hey, add to my cart. All right, proceed to checkout. Clickety-click. I love it. Okay, shipping address, bam-pa-dam-pa-dam, not a gift. Place my order, and kaboom, hopefully no information, sensitive information was conveyed on that screen. So I just ordered myself a cold wallet, okay, for under $100. They were running like $200, and they weren't even in stock last time I was looking. Okay, so now I'll have a place to put This is like a USB. You plug it in your computer, and you can put your code into that. Now, if someone breaks into your house, holds you up at gunpoint, which has happened, not in your house, but in Taiwan recently, the police were investigating a robbery, and there were 4 men stole the man's cell phone, whatever, and they made off with like $88,000. I think there were 18 bitcoins involved. So anyway, they were investigating that. Something happened in the United Kingdom. Once I put this on my cold wallet, then I'm going to want to protect that. Okay, because someone could steal that, and if they had my secret keys and stuff, they might be able to get my actual money. Okay, so that's the Bitcoin wallet. The vault, there's a BCH wallet, here's an Ether wallet. So if I click here, you can see that on December 29th, I transferred Ethereum, and over here is the amount of Ether, the value of Ether, not Bitcoin. If I look up here in the Bitcoin wallet, it's going to show me the value in BTC. So this is just something I have to get used to. So now, December 22nd, I bought Ethereum. This is, and see down here, December 17th, I guess I was really playing around with this even before, because I had I received some Ethereum, it looked like $302 worth on December 15th. I don't know how that's possible. I think it was 17th whenever Lee told me about, or asked me about Ethereum, asked me about Bitcoin. Now, if you go to places like Amazon, you can find tons of books about cryptocurrency. I'm not used to this screen capture thing. Let's see if it works. Cryptocurrency books. And look at that. There's the Bible. That's the one of the ones I started with. I started with 4 different books. Here is Beginner's Guide, Inside Secrets. Oh, now this is a new one that I just ordered. Mastering Bitcoin for Dummies. And then Cryptocurrency Investing for Dummies. On and on and on. Trading. There's one in here called Crypto Assets, which I got. And I bought 2 of the Dummies books. I hope this is working. I have no idea if it's working or not. But it's alright. It's good practice, even if it's not. So now then, let's look at the LTC wallet. And you see, I didn't do much back here. December 22nd, I bought some. Well, I bought $500 worth. Here on the 20th, looks like my first buy of Litecoin was $200 using that account. And then I bought 500. And then the 22nd, I bought 500. So you can see I was cautiously moving up. And then I transferred 654 over to GDAX, transferred some more over to GDAX. Here I transferred $1,722 to GDAX. And then I sent some, January 11th, I sent some. So anyway, I was playing around with all the different options that were available. And let me scroll back up here and let's go back to the dashboard, which is where I usually start out. And as you can see, if I click on Bitcoin Cash, it's going to show me the 1-day chart for that. Let's just look at a week. Okay, Ethereum. Let's look at that, and it's had a high of 955, dropped down a low of a little under 800. Okay, so that's almost a $200 change in just a few days. Right now it's sitting at $837. Now, it wasn't too long ago, just a few weeks ago, that Ethereum broke 1,000. for its first time. When I first got involved, it was trading for in the $700 range. And Litecoin, you can see it's had a peak of like 248, and then it dropped down below 200. Okay, so that's a $50 change in just a few days. And again, you can look at this a day at a time, a week at a time, a month at a time. Notice how fast that this is. That's one of the things that the blockchain offers is speed. Well, I don't know about if I can say that blockchain is the reason that Coinbase is quick. But I find this is very easy to use. Now, we will hold off on these other things until a different video. Tools. For example, here I have addresses. One of the things that I had to learn is that every exchange has its own unique address. And so when you're moving from one wallet to another wallet, or from one exchange to another, you need to have the receiving address. So when I do a withdrawal, it'll ask me what is the address that you want to withdraw from, and then when I want to transfer or make a deposit, it'll ask me for the address. So here's recurring transactions. We don't have any, and here's something for reports, and it looks like that I can do reports on each of my different wallets, this is when the report was run, and I can download these reports. Now, history just shows I made a withdrawal, a deposit. Now there, January 14th, I made a $1,000 deposit. Deposit $500 in January 28th, and then I withdrew $100 for some reason. I think I was just showing this to someone how it works. Okay, now that wraps up what I can show you right now on Coinbase. So I'm going to find a stopping place. I'll end it with this. All, okay, on Coinbase, I'm looking at, that was Litecoin, and look what Litecoin did. From January 2013, it was down like under $1, and it maxed out at $340. And look at that chart. You know, April 2017, it started growing. I think we'll look back at 2017 as being the watershed year that cryptocurrency became real. Now, in the early days of cryptocurrency, primarily Bitcoin, it was associated with the dark web. Black hat hackers used it in extorting money, used it as a form of payment. The Silk Road was very famous for being able to buy anything you wanted, you know, illegal stuff. We're talking drugs, talking money laundering was happening, and the idea that cryptocurrency was anonymous. That idea was promoted early on, but in fact it is not anonymous anymore. And when you log on, or when I logged on last to a new exchange, it took me through several hoops that I had to jump through in order to get verification, even getting approved. One of I remember I had to hold my driver's license up to the camera, and front and back, and then take a picture of myself, and it rejected me the first 3 times because apparently my face on my webcam didn't match up with the face on the driver's license. You know, so there is it's the cryptocurrency world is losing that anonymity factor, and as it does, and it's becoming widely accepted as a form of payment. Now, my friend Jim texted me the other day, and he said, "Hey, Google St. Louis Bitcoin ATM." And I did that, and to my amazement, there are 24 locations up and running where I can go and I can buy and sell Bitcoin through an ATM device. Very similar to what I can do at my bank. Okay, so now that was, what was I just looking at? This is Bitcoin Cash. Let's look at Bitcoin. Okay, now here is I'm looking at all. When it was back in January 2013, it was under $13. Okay, and look at what's happened over the years. Here in 2017, bam, it starts going up. In March, it passed $1,000, and then here in December, 19,000. So from March to December, it went up by 19 times its value. So that's what makes it attractive to investors. It's scarce. There are only 21 million Bitcoins issued, and that's all it'll ever be. That's a little different than gold. Gold, you can dig more up out of the ground. But this, you can't. Whenever someone issues a new cryptocurrency, they decide how many there's going to be, and that's it. Until they do something like a split or create more. So and right now I have a T-shirt. I can't show it to you right at the moment, I don't guess. But it's on my website. If you go to my website here, in my website it's called The-CryptoMan Can, and looks like that website's not responding. But if you go to my website, you can see all of my promotional items that I have out there, and and I've decided to do this as a non-profit organization, and so everything on my website, if you were to buy something, if you want to join me in becoming what I call a self-appointed cryptocurrency evangelist and telling others, spreading the word, okay, now I want to stop this, and I don't know how.